This week's news is brought to you by my YouTube and Patreon members. Hello everybody, and welcome back to the Villages News. A villa community in the Villages is suffering through a $1.4 million collapsing pipe problem. The Cameron Villas in the village of Calumet Grove look like a war zone after several pipes have collapsed over the past few months. Barricades and the loud pounding of heavy equipment have become a way of life in the 25-year-old community. The pipe problems have been contained within the walls of Cameron Villas, but all residents of the Community Development District 4 will be asked to share in the looming repair bill. This past month, the CDD4 Board of Supervisors agreed to a 25% maintenance assessment increase on the 5,432 homes located in the villages of Briar Meadow, Calumet Grove, Chatham, Piedmont, Woodbury. The board will be discussing the situation when it meets at 1:30 p.m. Friday at Savannah Center. The initial stormwater pipe collapse occurred on May 24 on Victory Lane in the Cameron Villas. More unnerving pipe failures followed, and at least 2 homes have been declared unlivable. That's important when it comes to sinkhole insurance. Repair work has been fast and furious. Crews are mobilizing each day at about 6:30 a.m., commencing work at 7 a.m. and continuing through dusk, concluding no later than 9 p.m. according to District Property Management. The work is taking place over a 5 to 6 week time frame. The costly pipe problem in the Cameron Villas has echoes of the notorious sinkholes of 2018 that ravaged nearby McLaren Terrace. Collapsed pipes were also at the heart of that drama, with residents footing the bill for expensive pipe repairs. Sumter County officials on Tuesday approved a boundary change for Community Development District 9 in the Villages. The boundary change will expand CDD 9 by 9.7 acres to allow for the construction of 37 new homes by the developer of the Villages. The expansion along County Road 44A, next to the village of Atram Dales, will include $2.7 million in infrastructure improvements, including roads, drainage, landscaping, and buffers. CD9 is south of County Road 466A on both sides of Buena Vista Boulevard. The district includes the Hacienda of Mission Hills and the village of Charlotte, Collier at Atwood, Fernandina, Gilcrest, Pinellas, and Sanibel. The Haciendas of Mission Hills were added to CDD9 later and have no physical connection to the other villages in the district, as they are located near the intersection of Morse Boulevard and County Road 466. The boundary change was also presented earlier this year to the Wildwood Commission. Saw no opposition when it went before the Sumter County Commissioners. The Villages was represented at the meeting by attorney Joe Thacker of Nelson Mullins, who sat silently in the audience and was not called upon to speak. Thacker figured permanently in the bitter 2020 battle to build apartments at Spanish Springs Town Square. A safety suggestion for Morse Boulevard was dismissed Tuesday by Sumter County Commissions. Community Development District 1 Supervisor Stephen Gerwin brought the idea before his board this past Friday at Savannah Center. He is concerned about the section of Morse Boulevard between U.S. Highway 27 and 441 and County Road 466. That's the worst part of it. This particular segment of road is the only major road in the villages where vehicular traffic, golf carts, bicycles, and pedestrians share the same roadway, an early design shortfall corrected in later designs, Gerwin said. I'm not sure that's 100% true. In particular, the challenge is vehicles' incursions from side roads into the multimodal path at intersections with Morse. All too often, vehicles pull into the multimodal path and stop to gain a better view of incoming traffic. This has led to multiple accidents between users of the multimodal path and vehicles pulling into the pathway not yielding the right-of-way. Gerwin suggested using high-visibility green lanes for golf carts and bicycles styled after the same types of lanes used in St. Petersburg. Gerwin's fellow board member saw merit in the idea and agreed it should be forwarded for consideration by the Sumter County Commissions. Morse Boulevard is owned by Sumter County. It's a taxpayer road. District Manager Kenny Blocker forwarded the suggestion to the commission, which swiftly dismissed it in a meeting Tuesday night at the Gloria Rowe Hayward Sumter County Service Center in Sumterville. At that time, the board also noted that the Amenity Authority Committee last week decided to see if the developer could be hired to make improvements to Morse Boulevard. What developer? The original developer, part of the Morse family? He had to leave because of the bankruptcy. We have a new guy. We don't know anything about this guy. Who's telling this guy what to do and how to do? Possibly using amenity money to pay for the multi-dollar project. Sumter commissioners who have refused to use county funds to pay for the improvements for Morse Boulevard adopted a wait-to-see approach on the AAC's latest idea for the controversial roadway. Please, somebody, tell me, why are they wanting us to pay for the road that's owned by the county and taxpayers? It is not a village's road. An unlicensed driver from Mexico was arrested Friday evening after he was pulled over for running a stop sign in Lake Panisovsky. A Sumter County Sheriff's deputy was on patrol at about 5:52 p.m. when he spotted a gray Honda passenger car with Texas license plates fail to come to a complete stop at the intersection of County Road 437 North and County Road 470. The deputy initiated a traffic stop in the parking lot of the nearby Dollar General. The driver, identified as 29-year-old Miguel Angel Zuniga Bermudez, handed the deputy identification card from his native country of Mexico. When asked if he had ever had a driver's license in the United States before, Bermudez admitted that he had not. A subsequent check by dispatch confirmed he did not possess a valid driver's license in any U.S. state or territory. Bermudez was issued a uniform traffic citation for driving without a valid license and a written warning for the stop violation. He was placed under arrest on a misdemeanor charge of operating a vehicle without a valid license. He was booked at the Sumter County Detention Center and released after posting a $500 bond. A villager is fighting for a golf cart crossing to access retail and restaurants across County Road 466A. That's to get you over to Trailwind shopping area. They sneak over there all the time. But there's a problem with this that nobody thinks about. Hopefully somebody on the commission did. Charles Morris at the village of Marsh Bend went before the Sumter County Commission on Tuesday night to make his plea, but hit a brick wall. He would like the commission to grant golf carts the right-of-way to cross County Road 466A from Pinellas Plaza to Penrose Place to access the Beaumont Development and Trailwinds Village, which are not part of the villages. Today, automobiles, golf carts, which meets low speed requirements, motorcycles, pedestrians, bicycles, mopeds, wheelchairs, unicyclists, and people on pogo sticks can cross the intersection. Only a standard golf cart cannot cross. There are plenty of reasons for villagers to want to cross County Road 466A, such as Target, Lowe's, Outback Steakhouse, and First Watch, to name a few. The county initially cited safety concerns as the reason for prohibiting golf carts crossing at this location. However, the intersection is fully signalized with traffic lights and crosswalks, allowing cars, trucks, bicycles, pedestrians, and other modes of transportation to cross safely. Florida Statute 316.212 and related provisions generally permit golf carts crossing at controlled intersections when approved by the local authority, especially where traffic volume, speeds, and controls support safe operation, Morrison said. He points to a 2006 decision by the Sumter County Commission to allow golf carts to cross El Camino Real across 4 lanes of traffic between entrances to the village of Santo Domingo and the village of Alhambra. However, Commission Chairman Don Wiley pointed out a key difference between El Camino Real and County Road 466A. Actually, I see 2 key differences, but let's see what he has to say. El Camino Real has a speed limit of 35 miles per hour, while County Road 466A has a 45 mile per hour speed limit. That's true. It has been the policy for a long time not to allow golf carts to cross 4-lane, 45 mile per hour roads. It's important to stay consistent with the policy, Wiley said. That's true. Wiley, who was previously served as chairman of the Project-Wide Advisory Committee, which oversees amenities south of County Road 466 in the villages, raised another reality. He said it would open up another access point for non-villagers, and that's the main reason why. There's already a great outcry about non-villages residents using amenities in the villages. This would just open the gates, Wiley said. Burson conceded that he's fighting an uphill battle. Anecdotally, everyone I've talked to has indicated they would like to cross the intersection, and they have told me it will never happen, he said. I don't believe it will, at least not for a long while. So what do you think? You guys tell me. Put it in the comments below. Should they open that as a crossing, even though I believe state law, not local law, state law says golf carts are not allowed to be on a road that's 40 miles an hour or more, or it might be 45 mile an hour or more. It has to be 35 mile an hour or less. All of the villages roads here, village roads, 466A goes through the villages, but it's not a village road. Much like Morse Boulevard. It's not a village's road, it's a taxpayer road. What do you think? Should they open it? I don't really care if they do or not, if they open it. Would I use it? I don't know. I don't feel right about crossing that intersection. What if somebody runs a red light and your golf cart's out in the middle of it? Happened up on 441 2 or 3 times. You're dead. There ain't no second quote about it. You're dead. They may be totally wrong, but guess what? You're still dead. A drunk driving suspect was arrested after causing a crash at Lake Sumter Landing while traveling with a 5-year-old child in his vehicle. Deputies from Sumter County Sheriff's Office responded to a 2-vehicle collision at about 9:30 p.m. Monday in a parking lot at Lake Sumter Landing Square and Old Camp Road. The at-fault driver, identified as Tom Swaley of Ocala, told deputies he was attempting to make a right turn out of the parking lot when he collided with another vehicle. The native of Zimbabwe was traveling with an adult passenger and a 5-year-old child at the time of the crash. While investigating the scene, a deputy noted that Tawali had bloodshot and glassy eyes, slurred speech, slow body movements, and a distinct odor of alcohol on his breath. Tawali initially denied drinking, but later admitted he had consumed an alcoholic beverage. He agreed to participate in a series of standardized field sobriety exercises in the parking lot, but he struggled significantly. During the evaluation, he took the wrong number of steps, missed heel-to-toe contact, and stumbled backwards. When asked to recite the alphabet, he failed twice, telling the deputy he forgot and using an expletive to describe his mistake. I bet I know what that expletive was. He was transported to the Sumter County Jail, where he provided 2 breath samples. The samples registered at 0.158 and 0.157 blood alcohol content, which is nearly twice the legal limit of Florida. Tawali was placed under arrest on a misdemeanor charge of driving under the influence with a blood alcohol level of 0.15 or higher with a person under the 18 in the vehicle. He was booked at the Sumter County Detention Center and released after posting a $1,000 bond. A Wildwood man with a revoked license was arrested after being stopped with methamphetamine and fentanyl. An officer observed 34-year-old Nathan Allen Stafford driving a green Dodge pickup truck westbound on Lake Boulevard at 4:15 p.m. Thursday, according to the arrest report from the Lady Lake Police Department. As the officer got closer, the truck tapped its brakes several times and made an abrupt turn. The officer then stopped the truck on High Avenue, where Stafford stated he did not have a license because he was a habitual traffic offender. But at least he knew. A check of his driving history confirmed his license had been revoked as of April 20th, 2022 for 60 months. Stafford was subsequently detained in handcuffs. He denied consent for law enforcement to search his vehicle, but a K-9 unit's positive alert on the odor of narcotics meant it was to be searched regardless. Officers discovered a 2.78 grams of methamphetamine, 0.6 grams of fentanyl, several cut red straws, and residue of burnt foil with methamphetamine, the report said. The officers also searched Stafford, revealing another red cut straw and a piece of a pin with residue in his short pockets, the report said. Stafford was arrested on charges of possession of fentanyl, methamphetamine, and drug paraphernalia, as well as driving while license revoked, habitual. He was booked at the Lake County Jail and released after posting an $8,500 bond. He was also arrested in October 2021 for defying a court order, in September 2021 for brawling with his girlfriend at a Circle K, and in February 2020 for attempting to cheat on a urine test. I laugh at that because back when they started the CDL program and we all had to have physicals every 2 years, I think it was, the urine test was something that was really not disclosed in black and white exactly how it was to be done. So I used to go to my doctor to fill out the forms because it didn't say we couldn't go to our doctor. And they never came in the restroom at all. And I even asked him, I said, how do you keep people from cheating on this urine test? He said, we don't. He said, it's not in the book. He said, so we just do it the best way we can. When I went on with UPS, guess what? We had to go to the UPS doctor. They have a different setup for that. You ain't going to cheat. Here's some big news here. We're getting another Advent Health ER on County Road 466A. An opening date has been announced for the new Advent Health Emergency Room facility on County Road 466A in Fruitland Park. Part of the villages over there is in Fruitland Park. Not all, but part. The facility will begin caring for patients on July 21. The 14,000 square foot facility includes 12 patient rooms and is staffed by a comprehensive clinical team, including board certified emergency medicine physicians and nurses. It also houses a site respiratory therapy, a full service laboratory, as well as CT, X-ray, and ultrasound equipment to quickly diagnose and treat patients. Well, we can only hope. The new ER is located near Colony Plaza in the Villages. Well, that's all I got to say about that. And to end at least this segment of the news, let's something happy, something good. The hottest new night spot in the Villages is not serving booze. Twisty Treat opened at the end of June at Pinellas Plaza in the Villages and has already developed a loyal following. I think they already had one before they built the place. However, the longest lines seem to be forming at night after the sun goes down on a long, hot day. Yeah, it has been long and hot. Ice cream fans are lined up at the window ordering their favorite soft serve swirls and sprinkle covered sundaes. The driver plane has cars queued up around the uniquely designed 25-foot ice cream swirl building, with customers eager to take their cool treats out on the road or back home. Twisty Treat is open until 10:30 p.m. each night. A brief history of Twisty Treat. Company President Brian Silvernail announced in May 2025 that Twisty Treat will be becoming the Florida's friendliest hometown. In September 2025, Special Magistrate in Wildwood approved the plan for Twisty Treat at Pinellas Plaza, and less than 12 months later, the Villages were lining up for ice cream. Twisty Treat dates back to 1983 and was founded in North Fort Myers. The original company went bankrupt, but a new version of the company was formed and is now growing fast in the Orlando and Tampa areas. There you go. Let's have some more news. Another community development district in the Villages is initiating a divorce from the Architectural Review Committee. Big mistake. The end of another long marriage comes with the usual complaints, a lack of interest, and a lack of ability. The latest dissolution petitions comes from Community Development District 4, which has struggled to find residents willing to serve on the all-volunteer board. The committee meets for several hours each Wednesday to review applications from home additions, patio improvements, driveway enhancements, and landscaping projects. CDD Board Chairman Cliff Weiner previously served for years as the ARC chairman. He said his presence at last week's ARC meeting headed off a potential disaster. Had I not been there would have been a major blunder, Weiner said, indicating that he stepped in to prevent the ARC from making an irreversible ruling. It was the last straw for him. We need someone to look out for the residents of District 4, said Weiner, a resident of the village of Piedmont. His comments seemed to echo remarks made earlier this year from fellow ARC alum Mike Miller, now a Community Development District 1 supervisor. Miller's remarks about a marked decline in the ARC's professionalism ignited CDD1's divorce from the committee. The departing CDDs are now working with a paid professional, specifically an engineer, who reviews the applications. Community Development District 11 in the Fruitland Park section of the villages is using a hearing officer, as are the CDDs south of State Road 44. Community Development District 3 supervisors recently broached the subject, but expressed their determination to stick with the ARC. Good for you. Doing away with the ARC is going to bring more problems, and that's the reason why you moved here, was to get away from those problems. Doing away with the ARC, those problems that you moved away from are going to be in your neighborhood. Don't do it. I'm just telling you. Here's another report that really kind of disgusts me to even bring it up, but it happens here a lot. I'm only doing it to educate the new people coming here. These are things that you got to watch out for. I know in the back of your mind you're thinking, oh, I know that. Do you really? Because it seems like an awful lot of people don't. A live-in caregiver and a veteran automotive professional were arrested after allegedly conspiring to exploit an 81-year-old woman with advanced dementia, stripping her of her vehicle, and falsifying legal documents to assume control of her affairs. Brenda Lee, 68, a certified nursing assistant who was acting as the victim's full-time caregiver, was arrested by Marion County Sheriff's deputies and charged with uttering a forged instrument. She is currently being held in a Marion County jail on a $10,000 bond. Look at her. Look at the picture. She looks crazy. Her alleged co-conspirator, Paul Frederick Rhodes, 76, of Ocklawaha. I hear a lot about Ocklawaha in these news reportings, and I know you guys have too. Ocklawaha must be a cesspool of people like this. Faces felony charges of exploitations of the elderly, motor vehicle title fraud, and misdemeanor tax fraud. Rhodes is currently free on a $6,500 bond. Why would you set him free? I don't get it. According to Marion County Sheriff's Office arrest affidavits, the victim had been formally evaluated and deemed mentally incapacitated by the Department of Children and Families, DCF, in March and May of 2026. The victim's adult children had explicitly informed Lee of the woman's advanced dementia, and the DCF agent explicitly warned Lee that any power of attorney procedure would be involved. Despite these warnings, Lee alleged used a computer to draft a durable financial power of attorney without legal counsel. On May 22, Lee obtained a physical signature of the disoriented victim, whose husband has just passed away in April, and filed a fraudulent document with the Marion County Clerk of Courts to assume total control of the victim's affairs and block her children from the property. Lee then immediately used the fraudulent document to broker the off-market sale of the victim's pristine 2017 Volkswagen Tiguan to Rhodes, a longtime personal friend and a 50-year automotive professional who has owned nearly 100 vehicles. How many of them did he actually buy? Or did he steal them all? I'm sorry. This kind of stuff just disgusts me. Though Kelly Blue Book valued the vehicle at up to $14,890, Rhodes purchased it for $5,000 cash. During a post-Miranda interview, Rhodes explicitly admitted to deputies that he knew Lee was a shyster who had shafted a lot of people, but proceeded with the transaction because it was a damn good deal. To evade law enforcement and tax scrutiny, Rhodes and Lee initially wrote a falsified sale price of $1,000 on the official title application. Rhodes then flipped the vehicle 32 days later to a third party for $8,000 in cash, again falsifying the bill of sale for $4,000 to avoid taxes, stating to deputies that he did it because everyone does it. I don't do it. Am I part of your everyone? That just shows you who he hangs around. Deputies noted that Lee did not deposit the full $5,000 into the victim's account, pocketing at least $2,000 under the guise of personal spending money. Furthermore, a physical search of Lee's purse during her arrest revealed a check from the victim's bank account made out directly to Lee for $1,700. The reporting deputy noted that during the 30-minute conversation, the victim was entirely unable to state the current year, did not know her husband had died, and believed she had recently gone shopping at Kmart, a retail chain that filed for bankruptcy in 2002. She also falsely believed she had sold the vehicle to her son with the help of her long-deceased father. Disgusting. And why the courts around here take these things, they say it's a victimless crime, no injuries was happened. It ain't a victimless crime, and injuries did happen. It's just not, you didn't get shot. You didn't get stabbed. But there's victims here. These people need to go to jail, stay there for long periods. They would not want me to be a judge. Here's an update on something that we reported, I think, a week ago. A home that has villagers in an uproar will be the subject of a decompliance case next week at the district office at Wildwood. Earlier this month, neighbors packed a special meeting of the Community Development District 11 Board of Supervisors to vent their frustrations at the over-the-top displays, numerous flags, and invasive lights at the home of Dennis McGrath Wagner and Webster Way in the village of Pine Ridge. Supervisor Peter Russell said he believes that McGrath Wagner, is that one name, McGrath Wagner, has been showing obvious direct defiance and deliberately trying to make his neighbors miserable. I'm sorry. I know that I take the sides sometimes. It's not the most traveled. I take the sides. I think outside the box all the time. All the time. It's just what I do. But when I read something like this, deliberately trying to make his neighbors miserable. Here's how my brain works. I'm looking at that going, is that against the law? If it's harassment and things like that, I can see it. But if he doesn't like his neighbors and he makes a point to let them know he doesn't like them, is that against the law? Just saying. The McGrath Wagner home is on the docket for a hearing at 2 p.m. Monday before Special Master Terry Neal, a retired Lake County judge. The Village of Finney resident now hears deed compliance cases on behalf of many CDDs in Florida's friendliest hometown. CDD 11 recently approved a rule change aimed at tamping down invasive lights with hopes of reining in problem properties like McGrath Wagner home. Really? How about the lights on the street that people are saying that they put up, the new LED lights that's invading their homes in their bedrooms and they can't sleep at night because of those lights? What are you doing about that? Anything at all? Can you? Will you? Villager Shiley Davis outlined the annoying problems at the home in a recent opinion piece. Meanwhile, McGrath Wagner has been on a media campaign. His plight was aired on the Orlando television newscast, and his flag displays were featured in the July 4th edition of the Village's Daily Sun. Okay. I don't see a problem with the flags in the front yard, especially on the 250th birthday of America, July the 4th. I just don't see a problem with it. Is there a rule that says you can't have yard displays? How many amongst us can actually say we don't have any yard displays? Because I guarantee you, 99.9% of everybody in the villages has some kind of yard display out there, and they're breaking the rule, but they point their finger at this guy. Now, beyond that, if he's harassing people by pointing, I don't know, lights at somebody's house, no, that's totally wrong. That's harassment. You can't do it. And he put up a sign, I guess, because he's got a neighbor, whatever her name was, I don't remember. And he said, how you like that, Janet, or whatever her name was. That's wrong. That's intimidation. You got to stop this kind of crap. People, you're old. You're going to be dead in the next 10 years. Enjoy yourself. Play some golf. Go bowling. Take your neighbor out to dinner. Stop this silly stuff. Starting Wednesday, July 22nd, the Sumter County Public Works Department will begin milling and resurfacing several roads within the villages. This is every year. I don't want you guys to think there's something going on here. This is every year. This is part of road maintenance around here. The work is funded through local fuel tax revenues and a Florida Department of Transportation grant. It will include milling the existing asphalt surface and installing a new layer of pavement and extend the life of the roadway, improve driving conditions, and enhance safety and motorists. Construction will take place Monday through Friday between 7 a.m. and 5 p.m. Work is expected to be completed within 8 weeks, weather permitting, in the following communities: the village of Santo Domingo, the village of Rio Ponderosa, the village of Belvedere, Morven Parkway. During the construction period, traffic will be managed through flagging operations. Motors should expect occasional delays and are encouraged to plan for additional travel time when navigating through the work areas. Drivers are reminded to reduce their speed in construction zones, remain alert for workers and equipment, obey all posted signs, and avoid distractions to help protect construction crews. For additional information about the project, contact the Sumter County Public Works Department at 352-689-4400. You have been warned about the construction areas. Let's see what our neighbors next door are doing. Our neighbors at Crest, which is a 55-plus community also. A 66-year-old golf cart driver was arrested early Wednesday morning after a deputy spotted him traveling on the wrong side of U.S. Highway 441 near Stonecrest in Summerfield. What? Was he driving the golf cart on the wrong side? Matthew Goff of Summerfield was driving a maroon club car. Yeah, he was. Was he drunk? Golf cart had about 2 a.m. when a Marion County sheriff... What are you doing out on a golf cart at 2 a.m.? When a Marion County Sheriff's Office deputy observed him traveling in the lane designated for opposing traffic on U.S. Highway 441 near Southeast 173rd Street, the deputy noted the golf cart was creating a hazard for oncoming vehicles. Well, that's no kidding. The deputy initiated a traffic stop at Southeast 109th Terrace Road and Southeast 173rd Street. Goff, a native of Cincinnati, handed the deputy an identification card. That means he has no driver's license, and admitted he did not possess a valid driver's license. A records check through the Florida Crime Information Center revealed Goff's driving privileges have been revoked, and he was designated as a habitual offender on March 23, 2023. He also had a prior conviction for driving with a suspended or revoked license on February 22, 2023, according to the arrest report. Goff, who had been arrested in 2022 with methamphetamine in his wallet, was arrested on a charge of driving with a suspended or revoked license as a habitual traffic offender. He was booked at the Marion County Jail and was released after posting a $1,000 bond. A $1,000 bond. 10% bond means he pays $100. Driving the wrong way, 2 a.m. on a major 4-lane highway, the wrong direction, in a golf cart, no driver's license. $1,000 bonds. I'm just always amazed. And here's another update. Remember the lady last week that was shooting water out of her garden hose out of people that was taking pictures of her property? Which, by the way, that's legal. That's totally legal. You may not like it. A lot of people don't like it. It's totally legal. Because the law says, I just want to say this, has nothing to do with the story really. I just want to say this so people understand. Under the law, your opinions don't count. It's under the law. You do not have the right to privacy when in public. That's it. That's the law. You may not like it. Sometimes I don't like it, but it is the law. A villager has entered a plea. Oh, she's been to court. A villager has entered a plea in a case in which she has been accused of hosing down snooping neighbors looking for deed compliance violations. Okay, this lady, she's been in trouble before. She knew what they were doing, so she was blasting them with the garden hose, which, to my understanding, she's done it to them before. The villager has entered a plea in the case in which she has been accused of hosing down snooping neighbors looking for deed compliance violations. Kathy Lepsick, 73, who lives in the Allura Villas in the village of Hawkins, pleaded not guilty Wednesday in Sumter County Court to a charge of battery. She remains free on a $1,000 bond. She was arrested July the 10th after allegedly dousing her neighbors with a water hose. They were attempting to snap photos of her property, purportedly gathering evidence in a deed compliance case. A Wildwood Police Department database search revealed that this was not the first time the battle The Wildwood Police Department database search revealed that this was not the first battle in an ongoing 3-year feud between the neighbors. In fact, a nearly identical incident occurred last year involving the exact same neighbors engaging in a mutual water hose shootout, though the waivers of prosecution were signed and no arrests were made at the time. Lipstick lives in a Community Development District 13, which does not allow anonymous complaints. In 2025, residents of CDD 13 met with the supervisors and demanded the anonymous complaints no longer be accepted. And this is what happens when you do away with anonymous complaints. Now they know, and so they come after you. And they do pictures and all this kind of stuff, which causes more problems. I don't know why you guys are doing this. The CDD 13 includes the villages of Bradford, Case and Hammock, Citrus Grove, Chitty Chatty, Hawkins, Richmond, St. Catherine, and St. John's, as well as parts of DeLuna and Hammock at Finney. There are 8,062 homes in CDD 13, which covers 2,231.8 acres. A lot of people doing away with anonymous complaints. This ain't over. There'll be new people doing it, you'll see. Well, I believe that's going to be the news for the day. See you on the next one. How many holes in ones of golf did we get this week? Didn't get any last week. It looks like 2. Let's see what they are. This was sent to me by Jim Lewis. So shout out to Christine Lewis of the village of Pine Ridge, who makes her second hole-in-one on 7/22/2026. This one on Volusia, hole number 5, using a 7-iron at 75 yards. Well, congratulations on your second hole-in-one, Christine. Wendy McClay of the village of Marsh Bend got a hole-in-one on July 12th at hole number 17 at the Southern Oaks Championship course. She got the lucky ace at 93 yards with a pitching wedge. This was her third hole-in-one on a championship course. Well, congratulations to your hole-in-one, Wendy, and congratulations to all of you on your holes-in-one. I know you had a great day in the villages playing golf. Okay, let's go to everybody's favorite letters to the editor. Villages needs to do something about all this bad parking. Otherwise, people are going to continue doing it because there are no penalties. So that's sent in by Gerald J. Bonta from the Villa de Leon. Well, I have to agree, Gerald. I don't know what else to throw in there and tell you, but the police department say they have no authority. I find that unreal. It just amazes me. But, you know, it ain't just the villages. You go to any place, even outside the villages. How many Walmarts have you went to that you didn't see a bunch of cars parked in a fire lane and nobody in the car? And even for in the car, it makes no difference, really. But you see it everywhere you go. People just ignore the law because they know it's a misdemeanor kind of law. What are you going to get out of it? A parking ticket or whatever. And most people just don't care. And especially here, my biggest concern, more than anything, when it comes to bad parking, is people in golf carts or cars, makes no difference to me, and they want to park in the striped areas of handicap parking. I just don't get your frame of mind whatsoever. Were you born stupid, or did you just get that way when you moved here? Thanks for the letter, I appreciate it. To the editor, I think the reflectors are a terrific idea. Some people have a hard time seeing at night to drive even their car. So for these people, it's a great idea, and for others, I think being able to see a well-lighted path is a great idea. That's sent in by Gail Zeno, the village of Moultrie Creek. Well, I can see putting reflectors on curves. That's it. Nowhere else. Because my thing to you is even what you said here, is that some people have a hard time seeing at night. Do you think they know that? I think they know, but they can't see hardly at night. So question I got, why are you driving at night? Why don't you get home before it gets dark? Just a simple question. And instead of pointing the finger at everybody else that we got to pay thousands of dollars here to have reflectors and all this kind of special stuff done, how about you just get off your tail and get in that golf cart and get home before it gets dark? Or have a designated driver to drive you home, something. You're always pointing the finger at somebody else that it's their problem to take care of you. I say you should take care of yourself. Thanks for the letter. I appreciate it. To the editor, I absolutely agree that the markers are necessary. We should be doing everything we can to keep people safe. Is it my job to keep people safe? If you're 90 years old and you decide to get a ladder out and walk on the roof of your house or whatever, is that my problem? I don't think so. That's it in by William. Man, your last name is something terrible, William. Pyrzak? P-Y-R-C-Z-A-K. Pyrzak. From the village of Fernandina. Well, once again, I just don't see where it's my responsibility to see to it that everybody does what they're supposed to do that's right. We all know what's right. We all know that parking in a no parking area is wrong. They do it every day. So, you get a ticket, don't whine about it. But thanks for the letter, appreciate it. Okay, we're going to try to make this short and sweet and get it out of here because I'm working on a couple of other things, something new maybe. But anyway, I appreciate all of you that comes to the news on Fridays and watches this on YouTube. Patreon members and YouTube members gets all this first. And sometimes they have extended versions of the news. You should go there. You should check it out for $2 for 1 month. What the heck? Check it out. YouTube members is $5. Starts out at $5. I know you've heard this before. And I get tired of repeating it myself. The memberships are very important here. I dedicate all this news every week to my YouTube members and my Patreon members especially. And on Patreon, when you sign up for that, I will send you a Discord link. And you might say, well, I don't know what Discord is. A lot of people don't. Most people do nowadays. Discord is where my members are. It's a members-only Discord. Everybody on there is a member, so you don't have to worry about some kid getting on there and causing problems. It's closed. I mean, I'm not saying that can't happen maybe a time or two, but when it does, I do the best I can to get on there as fast as I can once I'm alerted of it, and I throw them off and ban them. They're gone. We haven't had really much problems at all. We had a lady once. I don't know where she come from. I'm thinking that I put her on there, and once I put her on there, somehow, some way, she drugged 2 or 3 other people on there, and they were chatting back and forth and doing stuff. They weren't really harassing nobody, but I just didn't appreciate them being on there, and I went out of my way. I had a couple of members help me. Come to find out her name that she had on there was not her name at all. Anyway, make a long story short, they're gone, and we haven't had a problem since, and I ban them. Now I do things a little different. I wait when you sign up. I'll send you a Discord link right away because of that problem we had once. So now what I do when you sign up, they send me a thing saying that you're a $2 member or whatever you are. Then I hang on to it. And I keep going to my memberships on Patreon. There's a list, and I keep going there. And until your name shows up there on that list, which definitely tells me that you're a member, I don't send you a Discord link anymore. I hate doing it that way. I just do. I always trust everybody. Somebody sends me a thing saying I just joined as a $2 member, I would just send them a link. And that's a mistake, and I'm not going to do it anymore. So because of crooks and idiots, we all have to pay the price. So anyway, generally don't take very long, a couple days, maybe 3 or something like that, and I'll send you your Discord link. And then after that, you just have to follow the instructions on the Discord link. You click on it, and then I don't know what your site says. I don't know because I'm the creator, so I don't have no idea. But other people can probably help you. But I think it's pretty easy because most people just get right on. I think it simply asks you what your name's going to be on Discord, because I don't think you got to put your real name on there at all if you don't want to. I'm not really sure what it does ask you, but anyway, become a Discord member because you get a chance to get on there and talk to other members here. Half of them live here in Florida, the other half don't. And they get information on there from people that do live here. I don't get on there all that much. I do get on there almost every day, and I read some of the new comments that people make because I just like to keep up with it. And the questions they're asking, what they're doing. And most of the things that I see is basically it's about maintenance. Basically it's about different districts of where people live. What do you like about it? What you don't like about it? And you get their opinion about things, not my opinion about things. And because I'm the creator, I don't want to influence somebody's idea. They may totally disagree with what I say about a certain person that does yard work, let's say. That's perfectly fine. But I don't want to know that either I'm on there and then they're hesitant about answering your question. So I stay out of it most of the time. So other than that, I mean, the only thing I can tell you is support my sponsors if you can. I believe this week you're going to see a logo up here of a new sponsor. He's got a new golf cart store. I think they remodel, redo, rebuild new golf carts, and it's just outside the villages. I don't know much about it. I haven't been over there to do a video yet. I'm going to, and we'll get a chance to find out, what they got, how they do, what they charge, all this kind of stuff, their inventory if we can, a website. On Discord though, another advantage to Discord of being a Patreon member He's already put a few items up there. I told him, I said, with you being a business here and you're sponsoring my channel, you have the right to put all this stuff on Discord if you want to, however you want to do it. And he's already put his card number, phone number, pictures of golf carts he's got for sale. I don't know if there's prices on them or not. I didn't look. But yeah, he's on there. So if you're a Discord member, you can talk directly to the owner of that store over there on Discord. So with that being said, I'm going to get out of here and simply say, be well, stay safe, stay alert, be alert.
And don't leave your keys in that golf cart.
You suck!
Two. Skip, you suck. I do.
Hey, Skip, you're sweet.
Hey, Skip, you suck.
Big time.
Big time.
By the way, Skip, you
suck.
Skip, you suck.
Hey, Skip, you suck.
You suck.
Skip, you suck.
Hey, Skip, you suck.
Hey, Skip, you suck.
Hey, Skip, you suck.
Big time.
Big time.
Hey, Skip, you suck.
Hey, Skip, you suck. Now as a group. 1, 2, 3. Come on. You're only drinking water. You should do better, right? Let's try it again. 1, 2, 3.
Skip. Suck. Hey, Skip. Hey, Skip.
It's only 5 words.
Hey, Skip. Suck. You
Okay, here we go. 1, 2, 3.
Hey, Skip. You suck. That's
Okay,
4 words.
1, 2, 3.
Hey, Skip, you suck. Skip, you suck.
No, you're only drinking water. You should do better. Come on, let's go. 1, 2, 3.
Skip, you suck.
Big time. Maria, you and me.
¿Qué pasó?
Come on. Hey, Skip, you suck.
Okay. Hey, Skip, you suck.
I hope you enjoyed that. Hey, if you did, don't forget the comments below and don't forget to subscribe. It's totally free, doesn't cost you a thing, and it helps the channel out a lot. Can't do better unless you subscribe. So thanks for watching. Thanks for commenting. See you on the next one.